Hi everyone, my name's Pieta Valentine. I'm a former physio. I've written 2 books, The Resident's Voice from a Dementia Unit and The Resident's Rise from a Dementia Unit. This video is on how do you know if people are there to support you when your partner goes in and is going into a dementia unit. So this is a really complex subject because it's often difficult to discern or to work out who is there to support and who is there, that is not supporting. So it's a large group often, and you have to really tease this out because otherwise it can become very confusing. So with the group, in terms of whether they support or whether they don't, the people that have stigma and prejudice, those people that tend to say, oh, I hope I don't get it, and they, disdainful attitude, chances are they'll drift off and drift away. Actually, in a sense, that's good because, you haven't got the energy to deal with that. So you're left with another bigger group of supposedly supportive people. Now, how can you tell if they're actually supportive? Because often people will say, there's lots of camps in this, isn't there, in this big group. One camp may be the procrastinators, for example, who say, oh, yes, mum, I'm there to help. Yes, just call me and I'll be around. So you call and you call and you call and still, oh, yes, I'll get there. Yes, I'll pick up the big chair that you want for me to take to the dementia unit or whatever. We'll get it sorted. And they don't turn up. It could be your son, could be grandchild, could be anyone. But if after 3 requests, the person doesn't actually front up to practically help, you can pretty much, it's not worth investing any more energy. You have to go and find someone else. So that's one camp. Then the other camp, so they're the procrastinators. Then the other camp are the people who just say they'll support, but just don't. And often it's because, they could be lazy. They could prefer just sitting on the couch watching Netflix rather than getting up to make an effort for a friend, moving someone into a dementia unit. So that's another camp. The other camp, of course, is people may be too busy. They've got a lot on in their lives and they can't, make the time to help. There's all sorts of reasons. But at the end of the day, you just need to take a cold, hard look at all the people in your world, in your circle of friends and family, and see who is it that is actually there to practically help. That's the point, because that's what you need, the practical help and assistance. There's so many things that have to be done to help someone going into a dementia unit and also once they're in the unit. And, just as I said with dealing with stigma, you need to be strong, keep with those people that support you, be practical and positive and move on. That's the best way to save your energy. So at the end of the day, once it boils down to it, you might just find you're left with, 2 girlfriends who are supportive. It may not seem very much, but actually it's a lot. 2 supportive girlfriends is gold, especially, if they're fit enough and healthy enough to help. Your children might be away. Your kids might be overseas and they actually do want to help, but they can't because they're overseas. So there's all sorts of other reasons as well. Some may be disabled or some may be really busy with a disabled child or whatever. So anyway, you're left with your 2 good friends to help, girlfriends, and their husbands have died, both, sadly, their husbands have died, and your husband's going into a dementia facility. So how do you, access that support practically so that you can move forward positively, hopefully, as best as you can? Well, the thing is to sit down with your 2 girlfriends, or it's best if the 3 of you can sit down together, really, and just work out what there is to do. There is so much to do. That's why I've written a book about it, The Resident's Voice, about how to move into the unit and what to do when you're in the person is in the unit, the resident's rise. So sit down, say your husband's about to move in 6 weeks away, and it's best to sit down with them both. Hopefully your husband's maybe at daycare or respite care or something. That would be the best way. So you can take your time with this and just work out what support they can give. in a way that's manageable for them and that they're interested to help with, you know. But if they're good friends, they'll help in any way, won't they, that they can. But at the same way, it needs to be organised. So it could be, for example, that one of your friends can help with the move because she's got a grandson who's got a trailer and he's strong, and he's got another good friend who said they'd help, and they can turn up on the day, pick up the stuff and take it to the unit. Gold, isn't it? Because you've got no one around, all your grandkids are away as well. So, you know, that's such a practical help. And it could well be that that friend, because she's pragmatic and strong and helpful, she says, look, how I can help. I mean, maybe she's already read the books and she's seen the videos and she's researched stuff and she's learned stuff, you know, and she's been thinking it through. And she says, look, how I can help when, you know, say it's Doug goes into the unit, is I was thinking that I can help, or even before we can actually do some of these things. His wardrobe, you know, you said to me the other day he needs another pair of shoes. So maybe I can go with you to the, you know, shoe shop with Doug and we can sort out the shoes. Oh, yes, wouldn't that be fabulous? You know, thank you so much. If you can help with that, that would be wonderful. I was wondering how I'd get through that. So, because it is a big deal, taking someone with dementia to get a decent pair of shoes. Oh, just navigating the whole thing, isn't it? You know, like probably better not to go into a shopping mall. I mean, they're so busy and stressful. Just try and see if you can get a shop that's on the main road that you can just park outside and then just go into the one shop. That would be the best thing. And then, you know, if there's both of you there, then if he needs to walk in the shoes to see if they're comfortable, you can one on each elbow, arm in arm, so to speak, on each side, then he'll be safe and fine. And getting in and out of the car, if there's two of you, it's always easier with gutters and different things to negotiate. So, and so the friend, if you can, so this friend that's very supportive, she also suggests, look, I can help with the big appointments, like taking Doug to the optometrist when he needs his glasses done, or the dentist when he has to go to the dentist, all these sorts of things where you need two people. I can help. Now, look, that is absolutely perfect, because it's always difficult for these bigger appointments, you know. So it's easy to just pop into a dementia unit for 10 minutes and then whiz out. I mean, that's nothing much. But to help, you know, it takes like 2-3 hours, some of these appointments, by the time you're organised and arrange everything. So if you can get help with that, that's wonderful. Then the other friend, if she said, look, I've been thinking how I can help. And I was thinking that because, you know, I'm not quite as healthy as both of you in terms of managing Doug, because he's a big, tall man. But what I can do is I can visit Doug at the dementia unit when and if you get unwell or sick, or you feel like a break even, actually. And you say, oh, yes, actually, that would be fantastic, because I'm absolutely exhausted and I wouldn't mind a week or two's break, you know, when Doug first goes into the unit, so I can get back, hopefully, a little bit of stamina. And if you can visit for the first week or so, Doug likes you, you know, he knows you well, and I'm sure he'll be just as happy with you as he will be with me. I mean, it's been a bit tense with us lately because there's been so much to do and I've been so exhausted, and I've been a bit sharp with him at times. So, yes, you know, and the friend says, yes, that's fine, Marjorie. I can happily do that. I'm happy to visit Doug, and, you know, we've got all that sorted. So that's it. You know, practically everything's done, isn't it? You know, you've got the furniture arranged, you've got everything set up, the trailer's coming on the day. When you get in there, you've got help with appointments, and you've got help with visits, and you've got two good friends. That's the thing. You've got two good friends you can call on that can support, and it's not going to stretch either of you too much, you know. A manageable, practical arrangement so that you can remain strong, and you've got good support, and, you know, in a practical, positive way, you can move forward with this, and everyone else, never mind, you know. At least you're on a mission and a positive path, and everything's going to work out, because dementia units can be fun and they can be enjoyable if you're well supported. So that's it for today's video, and thank you for your likes and subscribing and all your interest, and please pass the links on to people affected in this way with dementia. Thank you.